For the 2021 season, Walibi Belgium are installing a brand new Intamin Mega Coaster. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all of the latest details and known information. At the moment, most of this video will be rumour, and we don't have 100% confirmation of all of the details from the park. But as soon as we do get more information from the park, I will be sure to keep you updated, both on the channel and also on our social media channels as well. This is Theme Park Realm News, and today we're looking at all of the latest details in relation to this groundbreaking new ride. The new coaster was first announced by the park back in November 2018. The ride was revealed during IAAPA 2018 in the US, with Intamin revealing a layout for the new ride, and another few rides for other theme parks around the world as well. The new ride is actually part of the park's 5-year investment plan. This new investment plan is costing the park a whopping €100 million and actually began back in 2018. The whole park is being upgraded and refurbished. These major refurbishments are set to be completed by 2023. They are saying that at least 75% of the park will actually receive a refresh in some form or fashion. Now, the POVs that I'm showing on screen at the moment are from both the original IAAPA convention and also recreation by Amusement Insider, and you can go and check out their channel on YouTube. I'll link it in the description below. So be aware, these layouts may not be 100% accurate, but they are pretty much what we're expecting the final ride to be like. Especially now we've seen, obviously, quite a lot of construction for the ride now as well, so that pretty much confirms that these layouts are 99% accurate to what we're actually going to see once the ride's completed. The ride is actually being constructed by RCS, a well-known construction company. They work all over Europe and have also been working in the UK recently on Storm Chaser at Pulton's Park and also the brand new Intamin 10 Looper in Flamingo Land. They know what they're doing when it comes to coaster construction. The new ride will of course feature the new generation of Intamin track. This is very similar to what we've seen on the new ride in Islands of Adventure over at Universal Orlando. Now, I don't think this is going to be the same model of ride. I do believe the coaster in Islands of Adventure is more likely to have the Blitz style trains, and this new Mega Coaster is more likely to feature wing trains, just like the ones that we've seen on Hyperion at Energylandia. But who knows, we will have to wait and see. We have seen Mega Coasters with the older two across style trains in the past, so it could go either way. It just depends what the park decide on. Now, I think we can expect this ride to feature 3 trains in total. That would mean 1 going up the lift hill, 1 in the brake run, and of course 1 in the station at any one time. That's just judging by obviously the height of the lift hill and also the length of the brake run at the end of the ride as well. Now, the attraction will be the highest coaster in Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg and France, and it will feature 15 Airtime Moments and a non-inverting cobra roll. Now, the non-inverting cobra roll has already been constructed and it looks absolutely insane. It's like just crazy. I'll put some photos of it up on screen at the moment. But construction on both the 50-metre tall lift hill and the non-inverting cobra roll have already recently been completed. Now, according to an interview from IAAPA 2018 where Intamin were actually interviewed, the ride is set to feature a high-speed cable lift. It will also have a new train design. Now, as I said before, the trains will most likely be the same as the ones on Hyperion at Energylandia. However, we couldn't rule out them putting the Blitz style trains on this coaster as well. Obviously, both models have got lap bars, so you know, until we've actually seen the trains, we don't really know, because Intamin do tend to sort of swap and change the trains depending on what the park actually wants. But it most likely, more than likely, I would say it's going to have the same trains that Hyperion has, which of course are those little wing rider trains with the lap bars on. Now, it is interesting that they say that the ride will feature a cable lift hill, as even Hyperion doesn't have one of these, and obviously Hyperion is actually 70 metres tall, whereas this one's only 50 metres tall. I would imagine it's down to the park preference. Now, of course, cable lifts most likely do require more maintenance than the older style chain lifts that you've seen on the older Intamin coasters, so it's more likely just park preference, you know, whether they want the cable lift or not. Now, the Intamin website actually states that if parks do opt for the cable lift Mega Coaster, the lift hill is actually capable of reaching speeds of up to 25 miles per hour, so trains should be getting, you know, taking up that lift hill fairly quickly. The good news as well is if the ride does have a cable lift hill, we can also expect to see a higher capacity, as they'll be able to get those trains out and around the layout a lot more quickly than if it did have a chain lift hill. Now, the ride experience actually starts with a nearly vertical drop from the lift hill. It's around 80 degrees, straight down into a right-hand turn. So I really do feel like you're going to get whipped straight out of your seat in that one. It's going to be an insane start to an insane ride. And of course, as I've said before, you know, there's a number of different elements throughout the ride itself, and they all just look incredible. So throughout the ride's layout, you're actually going to find some extremely snappy transitions and also some very RMC-esque looking elements. There's going to be S-curves, a Stengel Dive, bunny hops, double downs throughout the layout. That's not even to mention, you know, the star of the show, which of course is that non-inverting cobra roll. Oh, and if you're wondering what a Stengel Dive actually is, a Stengel Dive is basically a camelback hill, but when the train reaches the top of the hill, it very quickly tilts to a beyond 90 degree kind of movement, and then it turns back again before it goes down the other side of the drop. So it kind of sort of pops you. It'll go, the track at the very top of the hill will go either right or left, but very quickly, and then obviously transition back to being sort of the correct way up. But yeah, we've seen quite a few of these on other rides in the past. They're not sort of like a new element, and they have been going for quite some years now. It's actually quite interesting because the Stengel Dive was actually first featured on Goliath, which is of course at Walibi Holland theme park, and that's also another Intamin Mega Coaster as well. Now, the ride is also set to feature banking of up to 115 degrees. Now, I assume that maximum bank angle of the 115 degrees is going to be on the Stengel Dive, but there is, you know, looking around the layout, there is also other possibilities that this could be elsewhere in the ride as well. I mean, there is some really crazy looking kind of like movements and transitions that the track does throughout the layout. There is also, as I said, I think I might have mentioned this earlier, but there's up to 15 airtime moments according to Intamin, and the ride's going to achieve at least negative 1.4 G, so there is going to be plenty of airtime on this coaster as well. Of course, if you've seen the track so far, the actual colour scheme for the ride, it does have a dark green track, and it looks like the supports are like a grey-brown colour. So it's not black. In some photos it looks black, but it's not. It's actually dark, very dark green track. But you know, so far from what we've seen, it looks absolutely awesome. It looks crazy. There's also you know, you can see some concept art of what the station is going to look like as well, and we've actually already seen some construction for the station, and that looks incredible as well. So I do really feel like this is going to be a really good overall experience, you know, never mind the actual coaster, because that looks insane as it is on its own, but I feel like there's also going to be quite a lot of detail in the station area as well, which is always good. So yeah, that's pretty much all we know so far about the new Intamin Mega Coaster. Of course, construction now is going ahead at quite a rapid pace. When I started thinking about making this video, the Cobra Roll and the Lift Hill hadn't even been completed, and now they're both fully finished. So the ride is now starting to, you know, it's taking pace, this construction. The ride will most likely be completed within the next month or so, and hopefully we'll see testing soon as well. So as I said earlier, we will be sure to keep our social media channels up to date. And I will also do another update video as well if we do get some official confirmation from the park, you know, around the new coaster. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And as always, please don't forget to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. And as we get some more news on this incredible ride, I will be sure to keep the social media channels up to date.